my nearly 300,000 block mega base has really started to shape up. We have this gorgeous exterior and a super unique way to enter the base. The only problem is that the entrance doesn't really lead anywhere. And this is what the inside looks like. So today, we're going to change that by adding a gorgeous, unique interior that's going to help dictate our style for the rest of the season. So let's get started. Let me show you guys the interior from last episode real quick. So we built this awesome piston airlock door that I did go ahead and put some frog lights in here. But this was designed by Keptic. 123 it's taken, and Keptic actually found their way over to this video, so shout out Keptic for the design on this door. It was awesome, but door really cool, right? It drains out all the water, and then we get led into this little interior here, complete with our leather armor that we used to defeat the Ender Dragon, which was a ton of fun. So be sure to check out the streams. We did that on stream one day. And then the interior just kind of ends. I mean, it's pretty cool, especially, I like it without the gamma on. Pretty cool interior, but today we're going to be doing a really awesome little like corridor here. It's going to go all the way to this farm, but as you can see by the crazy amount of shulker boxes here, this is detailed. This is going to be super detailed, and like I said in our intro there, this is going to kind of set the bar for what I want to do on the inside of the base, like for the rest of this, world. So let's go ahead and hop into it, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy this one. Okay, I gotta interrupt the time lapse real quick because I don't know who I think I am using ender chests in the floor, ender chests and lodestones, and then water and anvils. I mean, don't get me wrong, it looks pretty cool. There's gonna be more detail on it, so it looks a little wonky right now, but like, dude, this was such a grind to get ender chests for the floor just so I could get these little particle effects. But I mean, it does feel very magical. That's the vibe, right? The base is supposed to be very like magical, enchanted, who knows, maybe even cursed, whatever. But like, yeah, what was I thinking? And lodestones are kind of a pain to craft. They look gorgeous, but kind of a pain. So yeah, and I mean, you guys don't need me to yap about anvils. We all know about those, so... And this is where the build is gonna end, at least for now, right? It's gonna stop here, and we're gonna have a big grand room over here. But I mean, like, it doesn't look too crazy, but once we get, everything else, and it's gonna be very ornate. It's a pretty, I guess, yeah, again, magical, enchanted, just detailed. Because like, look at all these different blocks we already have in here, and there's got to be, 4.5 shulkers worth more. So yeah. Wow. All right, back to that time lapse. Oh, here it is, the finished interior, and I don't even know where to start. There's so much, and I'm just so happy with how this looks. Like, I think this turned out so much better than I even thought it would when I was first, building and designing this. This is like, yeah, it is really cool to see this in survival, see it all connected up here, because before, for a couple weeks I just had like a little staircase where I just fall into the water. So now to have, this fully completed hallway, corridor, whatever you want to call it, that goes into the ocean. So, we still have some work, but it's a pretty rewarding feeling to say the least. But I want to take the next few minutes and just kind of talk about everything that's going on here, because, yeah, there is a lot going on. So I wanted this to feel very grand. So I knew we had to have the high ceilings in here, even though, I guess there's not like a technical purpose, just that, I think it looks so much better than if it ended like here. Like if we reference downstairs, like this looks fine and it's nice and we have it still like kind of ornate and stuff, but it's, it's 3, then maybe 4 or 5 blocks tall. But we get up here, now we're talking like 15 block tall ceilings. Something that I also think is like very fancy are like the big archways, and the lighter block color palette, kind of continues from here, and it's going to be a theme throughout the base. With the mushroom stem and the bone block, because I just think it looks so like regal and fancy, and it works really well with pale oak, and I just have like a million pale oak logs, so it's going to be perfect for building with. As for the rest of the block palette, I did want this to still feel kind of like ancient, like it has been here for a while, so maybe like some of this is newer, like it's been reinforced, but maybe at some point this was like a temple or something. After all, we are still inside of the giant piece of coral. So yeah, we have like this oxidized kind of copper, or I think this is the weathered state, as well as a lot of like glow lichen and mossy cobblestone, maybe like the original remnants of the building. And then we also have mixed in some like light gray wool, and that's kind of like the main palette here. We have that kind of alternating pattern with this little area, which has a bunch of diorite and sandstone. So you kind of have the contrast of these like very like green tones, lots of green in the mossy cobble and especially the copper. But then it's mixed in with a more like natural or like lighter earthy kind of palette with the diorite and the sandstone. And I think that works well to like tie it all together, because before, don't get me wrong, it would be cool if we had these all the way down, like these big arches, but I think it makes it more unique having these like slight little ones in between. And it also gives us some, different decorations. So like up there we have the hanging ferns, whereas here we have these little like, maybe, yeah, you can see it better in free cam, but we have these almost like gargoyle kind of copper golems, which I think turned out really well. Now, there is one thing I wanted to touch on with these little like sandstone inlets, I guess we'll call them, is that there's definitely something missing. Can you guys see what I'm talking about? I'll give you another second. Yeah, you got it. The stained glass is messed up. No. Obviously there's supposed to be armor on these stands. Now, initially I had some diamond armor on there, and I think it looked cool, right? The pop of color was kind of cool. But I feel like maybe it takes away a little bit too much. So I got to thinking what other armor would look cool. And then I remembered I have a bunch of gold left over that I bought from Cash last episode. So I think I'm going to go ahead and make some gold armor there. So let's see how gold armor looks. Okay, I'm rocking with the gold armor. I think this looks pretty good. It's like nice and regal. And it's not too distracting when you're walking past, but it is a nice, little added touch. So when we walk through here, obviously there's a lot of detail. These might not catch your eye the first time, but it does make this feel very grand, like very important, almost as if they had like guards here or something. And who knows, maybe we'll replace it in the future, or like we do have the armor stand mod on the server. So maybe I want to get like a little more creative and we can add like player heads and stuff. Like that could be cool. But for now, I'm pretty happy with the gold. Who knows? Maybe we could like change it out. It could be like a seasonal thing. Maybe we do gold for like spring and summer and then diamond for the winter. Who knows? But Yeah, very, very cool. Now I want to talk about some of the little upgrades in the floor here and some of the foliage on the side. So we've kind of continued these little candle plants that we had on the bridge just outside in here. And these are going to continue like on our future bridges as well. This is just a really cool plant design, I think from Sinnoh, but I'm not positive. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, super cool little like flowering fern kind of thing. And then we have some rose bushes, regular bushes, and the little azure bluet. And I think they work really, really well. It gives just a little pop of color with the red and the nice white, but the gold kind of ties into, you know, all the other like white trims and stuff we have, as well as the gold up here. So super cool little additions. We also have some little like candelabra type thingies here, and some little golems sitting down that are being used as like planters. So we get the pink and the blue, then we alternate down here, which I think is pretty darn cool. We also, to cover up the ender chest and the oh my gosh, what are they called? The firefly bushes. I was blanking on that for a second, but to cover those up, we have some moss carpets and some light gray wool. So just kind of tying into the wall and, you know, the moss here and whatnot. I think it looks pretty natural, but it still gives us this like, you know, lush particle effect. So we're still getting all the little like purple bits popping through and all the like little glow from the firefly bush. Even if the ender chest is only like a small addition, I think it's pretty cool. Like this, if I was walking down this hallway and, you know, granted there'd be something at the end of it, it does feel very like mystical and magical. Not to go all Benson Boone on you guys, but yeah, I think it looks pretty awesome. And this floor design was a lot of fun. I had a little bit of help from Queenie. We were brainstorming, so shout out Queenie. This is the final product that I came up with. We also have up in the ceiling here two things I wanted to talk about. One is we have these little chandeliers. That's the word I'm looking for. Chandeliers. There's two of them, just like we had up top in our other tower. And then the roof is made of moss, but we have a lot of this white stained glass that's kind of like holding it all together. And I want to see something else with the glass. I've been intentionally avoiding this because I want to do like a cool little reveal. We'll talk about that in a minute, but I want to show you guys, yeah, kind of the effect we're going for. Let's go up to the other tower for those of you that might have missed it. Yeah, so up in the big kind of copper tower, I think we called it, we have 5 of these chandeliers. And then if I go into free cam, you can kind of see them a little bit better. A couple people said they look like ceiling fans or drones, which is kind of hilarious. I kind of can't unsee that. But yeah, if you guys want, I could detail these a little bit more, like do a little short on those. But what I really wanted to show off was the ceiling. And I think the ceiling looks really cool because we have the copper, but it's almost a different shade of green. The white makes it more of like a mintier kind of green, versus if we fly outside, it's a little bit of like a deeper kind of green. It's a real subtle change. But back inside the staircase here, I want to talk about this glass now, because I went ahead and you could kind of see when I flew in there, these all have these little jut outs, which is taking up a ton of space, which is kind of frustrating because it means like now this isn't usable space. But I think it's worth it because we get like the subtle fog effect because we have the frog lights back there with the different colored glass. And I think I chose this glass because they're like, these are like more pastels. So I guess it's very spring, which, you know, it's spring right now if you guys are watching when the video just comes out, or at least it's spring where I am. But they feel very like magical. I always think pastels are like, you know, instead of like these harsher, brighter, vibrant colors, pastels are nice. They're like soft, but they're also, you know, very colorful and vibrant in their own way. Yeah, that's my, I guess, not artsy background explanation of color, but that's why I think I like these pastels so much. And the thing that I want to try, that I've been wanting to try with the roof as well, is I want to see what they would look like with the like connected glass texture. So I don't exactly know what like the best way to do that is, but I'm gonna try to find out. So let me see if I can't pull something up with that, and I'm gonna see if we can get a view at these with a nice like connected glass, because I think that could even take it to the next level. It looks really good right now, but if these were connected, yeah, these colors connect, I don't know, guys, we might be onto something. All right, I found this called vanilla connected glass. I don't know, it says it might not work. Let's see if this explodes my Minecraft instance. I think it's supposed to work. I did some other research and I think we'll be good. Well, I mean, it definitely looks different. I don't... Oh, I see. So it's just connecting. Okay, so it's just... Oh, man, it took me too long to figure that out. But it's just removing the borders between the like the certain colors, but we still have the borders between some of them. I don't know how I feel about this, because then when we go to the side, we get like this kind of like weird zigzag. Or did it even... I think I'm going to turn it off for now, but if you guys have a better way to get like a connected glass, let me know. I think there's a way to get it like with vanilla tweaks, but I've never used that before, so any guidance on that would be much appreciated. And with the interior all done, I want to shift focus to something else. Our new segment, the comment of the day. Now, this will usually be at the end of the video, I'm thinking, but since I totally forgot about it last episode, we have a little bit of a double feature. So first, our comment from episode 9, where we built this place, is from Uni, a fellow server member. And he says, I vote we let Viper have the dragon egg. He's been asking for it all season. Oh, Uni, what an incredible take. I mean, sure, the dragon egg, me? I mean, it's... Everybody has their burdens to bear, and I suppose this is mine. Now, I guess I haven't put a whole lot of thought into it, but let me show you where I would put the dragon egg if I had it. So if we had the dragon egg, I would put it right up here. That's right. I would go ahead and I would break this anvil, because we have, it's kind of hard to see. What if I... Yeah, this is going to be easier. So we have this anvil here, which I think looks great. But how cool would the dragon egg look here as a little spire on my base? Just imagine that you could see the dragon egg from all the way out here. It would look awesome. It would be perfect. And yeah, I totally have been thinking about this for like months before the even start of the season. But that concludes comment of the day for episode 9. So we're going to go ahead and take this book. Now, until we build the library, I don't have a fantastic place to put it, but I went ahead and just put this little chiseled bookshelf here, so we can go ahead and put the book right there for now, and then eventually we'll make a spot for all the comments of the day. So be sure to comment below if you want a chance to be featured next episode in the comment of the day segment. This is something that I'm really excited about, and I'm excited to do another one at the end of this episode, so stick around for that. Uni's comment actually gave me a great idea, and while he might think I deserve the dragon egg, I'm not sure that everybody shares that sentiment. So I think instead of waiting around for it to kind of fall into our laps, we need to take action into our own hands. So let's head over to the spawn area and see what we can do about that. Okay, and here we are over at the spawn area, and I'm looking around trying to find a place where it would be good to set up a little billboard of sorts. And I don't, you know what? Maybe the shopping district is the move, because I don't know how many people are still over here. Everybody's kind of getting to the point where they're, going off and working on their mega bases. So maybe it would be a good idea to fly over to the shopping district and try that. All right, so here is the shopping district portal. And if we come outside, we do already have a little community board. I wonder if we have something maybe here. I don't know if this is too out of the way. I do want it to be pretty visible. Maybe I'll just have to make it look pretty interesting to kind of grab some folks' attention. And you know what? It looks like this doesn't belong to anybody yet, this plot here. So maybe we'll go ahead and slap something down right about here and see what everybody else has to say. This is what I came up with. So here's a little simple little billboard, but we got some cool like little white trim. Not going to dwell on it too much, but then I put a little block of crying obsidian up here because I think this is kind of, as close as we can get to the dragon egg. So there's a little sign here that says, if only this was a dragon egg. Actually, let's change it because there's only one. If only this was the dragon egg, right? The one and only that we so desperately want in our base. But I've also gone ahead and left a little lectern here explaining what's going on. I'll read it to you guys real quick, kind of like you are my kindergartners or something. So here we go. This is the Dragon Egg Dilemma. Eons ago, long before Season 6 of the Afterlife SMP, discord.gg/afterlifesmp, ztVypr, a noble young lad, dreamt of only one thing, the Dragon Egg. He was going to build a base so mega that it simply must have the egg front and center. One fateful day, the end event came and went. Viper was left eggless and alone. Now his mega base sits incomplete, longing for an egg to finally be completed. I call out to you. That's right, you, dear Afterlife SMP, discord.gg/afterlifesmp member. You can help right the wrong and get the dragon egg back to its rightful owner. Take a stand. Add your name to the signs on the board to show that you stand with ztVypr. If we get enough signatures, there's no way that we won't get the egg back home. So what do you say? Are you with me? I'm a book, so it's not like I heard your reply, but I assume you said yes. Thanks. Okay, story time is over, but hopefully you guys enjoyed that little dramatic reading there. Yeah, I dabble, what can I say? But hopefully this has convinced some of the members to put their name, right on the signs here next to my name and join our cause. It is a very righteous cause after all. I mean, who wouldn't want to give me the dragon egg? I mean, look, I'm in a suit and everything. My cape matches my armor and all that good stuff. So please everybody get me the dragon egg. And for our final comment of the day, we have Keptic123 It's Taken, who says, "It's me, I'm here." Yes, you are. So for those of you who don't remember, last episode we built the airlock, the really cool like double piston door with the water drainage and all that. We talked about that at the beginning, so hopefully you're up to speed. But Keptic was the one who designed that, and whose video I saw like, I don't know, a year ago probably, and I've just had it in my like favorites for a while until I built it. So it was super cool to see the creator actually pop up. So I figured that was comment of the day worthy. So thanks for designing such a cool door. But with that, you guys, I think I'm gonna have to call it quits today. We did a lot. We worked on this beautiful interior here behind me. We got up to some tomfoolery. We established comment of the day. I mean, yeah, it was just a super fun episode. And I think next one's going to be fun too. The game plan is probably going to build a really cool aesthetic farm here that's going to it's going to be on the outside probably. It's going to kind of take it to the next level, but it's kind of necessary for this big grand ballroom type feel, at the end of the hallway, because I think that might be our storage room, or at least part of it. But I'm getting into spoiler territory here, so I'm going to stop yapping and instead say thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you soon.